This video, I am going to talk about the comedy, fantasy, and isekai anime series, Combatants Will Be Dispatched. But before we start, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. An evil organization named Kisaragi Corporation almost conquered the Earth. The supreme leader of the corporation decides to send Combatant Agent Six to investigate another world. Six decline their order and make fun of them by commenting on their dress as cosplay. Then, they warn him that Six will be fired once they have finished their conquest of Earth. He accepts the job. Another leader of the corporation made a teleportation device. She introduces him to an android girl named Alice as his assistant. When Six asks Lilith about the success rate of the device, she replies it will be 100% if he successfully transferred. Basically, she uses him as a test subject and teleport him. Alice and Six arrived in another world where Six wants to set up a teleporter immediately and return home, but Alice explains to him that it will take 1 month to stable the teleporter device. Just then, they are being attacked by some monsters. They manage to take down all the monsters. A lady knight arrives. She introduces herself as commander of the royal guard under the Kingdom of Grace, Snow. She guides them into the kingdom. As they walk through the kingdom, Six and Alice notice that there seems to be familiar technology around, such as a rusted battle tank. Then, she introduces them to the Princess Tillis. Princess deduces that their country is currently engaged in a war against demons and asks Six for his help. Later, Alice noticed a device in the castle, then Snow explains that it is a device that is used to summon rain, but currently is broken. Alice says she can fix it and start fixing it. However, when the device asks for a new password, Six enters Dick Festival, hoping to get evil points from watching the princess get embarrassed from saying the phrase in the Princess Tillis catches them and presents them in front of the king. She uses this opportunity to make Six and Alice work as knights for the kingdom under her command. Snow is also demoted after claiming she would take responsibility for their actions. Due to war, only old men and women are available in the kingdom. Alice decides to add 2 strange young women to Six's group. First, an artificial combat chimera named Rose. She can absorb others' powers by eating them. The second one is a wheelchair-bound curse magic user archpriest of Zenareth named Grim. Grim tries to tease Six by lifting her skirt. But Six actually lifts her skirt and earns some evil point. The next day, Six's group watches the Grace army about to do battle with a demon army camp. Snow suggests they attack head-on and take the glory, but Six decides to attack their supply lines. Alice explains if they attack their supply line they will have to retreat. Alice and Six attacked their supply and completely destroyed it. Soon after, one of the Demon Lord's Elite Four, Hein of the Flame, shows up. She attacks Six with her flames. While Six dealing with Hein, another member of the Elite Four shows up. He crushes Grim's head with his giant club. Six's group fights with Gandalkand until the Demon Lord orders him to retreat. When Alice and Six preparing for Grimm's funeral, Snow tells them that she can be resurrected at a nearby temple. They bring her into the temple.
こんなところでグリムを生き返らせるのか?
Six waits until she is resurrected. Then, Six drives Grim through the kingdom's capital on a new wheelchair. When they are stopped by a female guard, Grim tries to put a curse on her, but is only partially successful. The news of the demon army retreat reached in the castle. Six enters the meeting room and tells them that it all thanks to him who destroyed their supply unit and insult chief strategist. Alice tries to feed Rose a grasshopper to observe her characteristic after absorbing its power. Then, Six works with Alice to induct Rose into Kisaragi by giving her a badge and title of Apprentice Combat Agent. King call an emergency meeting because the country prince the chosen one has defeated by the demons of Duster Tower Ristavangil. According to information, Duster Tower contains of a treasure crucial to defeating the demon lord. The tower is mostly hollow with long spiral staircase structure. Six suggests they set fire and burn the demons alive. But they reject his idea and decide to try a frontal assault on the tower. The next morning, the kingdom force attacks but Six unit decides to wait until evening. In the evening, Six and Alice summon a pneumatic gun to create handholds for them to climb up the side of the tower, while kingdom forces invade tower inside. After reaching the top, Six kicks one of the demons off the ledge. He orders the unit to throw stones at other demon and threaten him that if he attacks them, then they will throw stones at the below demon instead. He knocked the second unconscious by throwing several rocks at him. When the first one returns up the stairs, Six bargains with the second demon's life in exchange for the tower and its treasure, gaining evil points. Back to the capital, Six and Alice are each awarded a large sack of gold back at the castle for their efforts. The next day, the kingdom's general calls Six to perform a frontal assault on a unit of the demon army led by Hein, as per strategist advises. Six suspects the strategist is just trying to get rid of him after insulting him so hard. On the battlefield, Hein shows up with her army along with a magic golem. No one wants to fight with a magic golem. They left Six alone on his own to fight with the golem. While fighting with magic golem, Six ends up releasing his suit's limiters. Alice plants a C4 explosive on the golem and blasts it away. Due to releasing his suit's limiter, Six is unable to move for 3 minutes. Hein tries to use this opportunity to finish off Six. Finally, Grim wakes up and hits Hein with a paralyzing curse. Just as Hein breaks free of the curse, Snow attacks her, cutting away a magic stone. Hein uses the stone to amplify her power. Without a magic stone, her power is almost like normal demon. Six takes advantage of the act and humiliates Hein in front of both surviving armies and gains several evil points by Later that night, the strategist tries to bribe Snow into proving that Six is a foreign spy. Later, Snow overhears Six talking with Alice about being a spy for Kisaragi.
如の幹部としても確立しとかんとぼちぼちスパイに
After that, Snow regains her position as commander of the royal guard along with Rose and Grimm, and Six and Alice leave the castle.
勘違いをした参謀が私をこの駅次第に戻してしまった。ロゼとグリムを
Snow receives news that the demon army is starting to move.
からの知らせで近日中に攻めてくる恐れありだそうです。そうか。
Six and Alice settle into new home.
わあ俺この矢がいいヤッホー
さて、6号、最後の任務を終わらせるとしようか。
そうだな
They start to set up a teleporter, but Alice warns it will take at least a month to stabilize the connection between the two worlds.
かかるから適当に遊んでいてくれ。
1ヶ月
At the night, on the capital's streets, Six decides to get some evil points by flashing random women in the kingdom.
でも触れないのにズボンのチャックが降りていくよほれほれほれあの子にするかうわー俺を見ろさあお嬢さん勇気を出して俺のズボンのチャックをチーってしてごらん
Six become famous in the capital under the name of Zipper Man.
これと
いたぞ、チャックマンだ。おいチャックマン、チャックを下ろして見せてみろよ。
すまぎ
As the demon army approaches, Six and Alice decides to plant mines of their roots.
もうたまらんものがあるだろう
相変わらずいい性格をしているな。
However, when they go back to town, they hear that the Chosen One disappeared with one of the Elite Four he was fighting. As the Chosen One disappeared, Alice and Six plans to escape the country.
くれるかこの忙しい時
Princess Tillis herself shows up and begs them to stay behind and watch the final moment of kingdom alongside with her.
この国はおそらく明日滅びるでしょう。この国の騎士たちの兵士たちの生き様を最後まで見届けてあげてくれませんか。
The next day, the Demon Lord's army marches on the kingdom, led by Hein and Gandalkand. However, multiple golems and Hein herself are delayed by the landmines.
魔王軍の奴ら遅いない
や、
Demon army finally reaches the capital with several soldiers and golems. While fighting with Gandalkand, Rose and Grimm try to buy time with their powers for Snow to escape safely with the princess and met up with Six.
我が皇居の海に沈むがいい。とは眠れ、クリマダンプ。
Meanwhile, Six and Alice are already escaping with the princess.
勝手だ。戦闘員6号。
Snow meets with everyone, she apologies to Six and begs him to save the Rose, Grimm, and the county.
隊長、隊長、ロゼとグリムを助けてください。
Six decides to help Snow and order Alice to summon an anti-material rifle. Alice tells him he does not have enough evil points to summon rifle. To get evil point, Six pull down Snow's panties in front of himself, Tillis, and Alice.
悪行ポイントが加算されます。
He then uses the collected points to buy a large anti-material rifle, using it to destroy the golems.
俺無双俺無双
よし撃て。これでゴーエムは全部破壊できたな。
Later, Hein, Gandalkand, and a small group of flyers enter the upper tower.
嫌がったな6号。
オタクあいつ
Six summons a chainsaw blade and combines it with his suit. He released the limiters.
制限解除
何をする気だお前。
安全装置を解除しました。
Then, he tears every single demon present in the room, except for a frightened Hein.
おいはいね
He offers Hein a 1-month truce.
一月くらい
Kisaragi sends a mutant named Tiger Man to help Six, while busy with their conquest of Earth.
こうよ今日こそ
Six broke Snow's sword during a duel with Tiger Man.
愛する部下の形見なんとかザッパーでお相手しましょう
はい
やっべえ
そこだ6号。私の愛犬を
やっちゃったよこの人
Then, Tiger Man gives her his own sword.
あほれ
なんという技物。とてつもなく美しい剣ではないか。
仮にこれをやるに
Later, Alice wants to learn more about the environment of this world, so she heads to a nearby forest with Six and Snow to catalog different kinds of animals.
あれがモケモケだ。煮て食べると美味しいぞ。興味深いデータが取れた。次行こう。
After separating from Alice and Snow, Six lost in the jungle and encounters the blue monster Makemuk. Six finds attachment toward it and recognized it as friend.
くれたのか思えば俺はこの星のことをまだ何も知らない
When they are about to handshake, Snow shows up and cuts it in half and shares the meat with the others at the tavern.
俺の友人を目の前で騎乗位をかけて食いやがってこの英傑女が
At dinner, Grim gets offended by Alice's comment about magic and insults Zenareth by calling him fake.
いいわ。そこまで言うのなら見せてあげる。セナリ様は嘘っぱち呼ばわりされて引き下がる。
That night, to prove magic is real thing, Grim summons a demon in front of Six and Alice.
不死と災いの神ゼナリス様。これなる血ぬられし生贄を受け取りたまえ。
That demon can grant any wish, so Alice demands her incredible wishes like creating another world for her or cleaning the toilet of their base.
エヴァの願いとはいかんのか。もうそういえばアジトのトイレが詰まっていたな。もうあれを直してもらおうか。
Demon refuses to fulfill her wishes and disappear.
いいから帰れ帰れ。
Princess Tillis tries to activate the rain machine with Six's new password, but finds that she can't activate it without an audience.
やはり大勢の民の前で唱えなければいけませんか。
She calls Six and decides to send Six and his unit to the nearby kingdom of Taurus to negotiate for magical water stones. Due to the country's king being disappeared because of the password he does not want to say in public.
一旦場になって祝詞を唱えるのを嫌がったお父様が姿をくらませてしまいまして。引き受けていただけるなら報酬としてアリスさんが欲しがっていた情報を差し上げます。
Six summons a buggy from Earth and speeds off to Taurus with the rest of his party. They arrive in Taurus at night.
ああそうだ
鳥総国へようこそ。大長寿エンゲル様が歓迎の宴を用意してございます。
At the castle meeting hall, Rose eats all the food she can. Crown Prince Engel arrives. Snow tries to seduce him but fails.
エンゲル様、はじめまして。グレイス王国から参りましたスノーと申します。私が情熱的に口説いてるのに、なぜそのような話をなさるのです。
いや、
While Grim tries to put a curse on a guest.
アリス様、この男に技をよ。みすぼらしい姿になった私を。
そんなに
Meanwhile, Alice and Six find a mysterious capsule in a separate room.
こいつは何だと思う。
It is guarded by Russell of the Water, one of the demon army's elite four, along with Hein.
四天王、水のラッセルとは僕らの。うわー。一体何事。ああ。
Six pin down Hein, and after grope in Gur for several minutes, Six discovers that Taurus has secretly provided supplies to the demon army.
ポイントが加算されます。
However, when confronting Engel, he does not deny it.
ということと説明しろやこら君は魔族に水成績を売ってんのか
なんだと。
同盟ではない不可侵条約だ。
Then, Hein and Snow fight each other to earn Engel's favor.
友好国なんだろうね。エンゲル様、私だってその仲良くというか。
Six gets jealous of all of this.
主人公になってるんだ普通
He decides to do a prank on him. Six puts his thing on Prince's head in front of everyone.
それでは行きますぜ旦那あちょんまけ
The next day, the kingdom of Taurus join hand with demons and declares war on Grace and institutes economic sanctions unless Grace hands over Six and Snow. Tillis demotes Snow again and orders Six's unit to acquire water nuts from the Sand King's territory. Six's unit collects water nuts from the Sand King.
たくさんあれば水不足は解消されて大手柄だ。
Just then, the Sand King shows up. They discover that all stones are part of its body.
そういうことは、この身は。
あいつの体
Alice manages to escape the Sand King by setting the buggy to self-destruct. Now they are forced to walk across the desert. Grim becomes useless after one day. Alice uses the last of Six's evil points to summon a large tent.
仕置きがなきゃお前らは全滅だ。
そうだ
After a short time, the group run out the food. Then, Snow allows Six to lift up her skirt to earn some evil points, but it doesn't count as evil because she allows him to do.
ふにお前ひょっとして喜んでんのわあ
Later, Rose behave oddly, while Six misinterprets her words as wanting sex.
ロゼ
でもこれ以上
Alice clears his misunderstanding that Rose is desperately want to eat him.
お前ら多分会話が噛み合ってるようで噛み合ってないぞ。
ちょっと待ってふざけるなその発言はシャレにならない
それじゃあ、あとは若い二人でごゆっくり。
俺ももう
Then, Six fight with Rose all night and gain several evil points.
ま、この分なら何とかなりそうだな。
The next day, Six has enough evil points to buy a new buggy and enough food and drink for the party to return to Grace. Tillis informs Six and Alice that Taurus and the Demon's joint army are planning to attack Grace, and without water, Grace won't last long. Tillis shows Alice a map of ancient ruins and says the demons are searching for an ancient weapon to defeat the Sand King.
もう倒すとか言ってたな。
Alice decides to go steal it from them.
いただいちまうわ。
Back on Earth, the leaders of Kisaragi hold a party with their minions to celebrate their recent victory over the heroes.
まったく気を抜くのは今夜だけよ。
During the party, Lilith secretly livestreams candid videos of Astaroth and Belial across the internet worldwide.
とか言ってんじゃないわよ。
帰ったぞ
She also sends this livestream to Six. Six.
おベリアル様かよくわかるね
たまにはプールも気持ちいいわね。
By doing that, she gained lots of votes in the best leader competition.
あいつら飽きもせずよくやるよな。本当に。視聴者を稼いで、その後は。
ここから先はチャンネル登録してね。そんなこと言いながら6号が誰に投票したのか気にしてるくせに。
Astaroth is about to answer if she's really in love with Six, but she finds out livestream.
ちょっと待ってアスタルト。
Then Astaroth and Belial punish her. Heroes launch the attack after knowing the location of the party from livestream.
よーしお前たち異能界はこれ。
Back on Grace, Alice and Six decides to go back Taurus territory to find an ancient weapon, while Tiger Man and Grace's army defend the kingdom against a demon invasion.
シダンとトラ男が敵を抑えてる間に、自分たちはもう一度トリスに行く。
As night falls, they discover a demon unit camp set up by Hein and Russell.
案外期待できるかもしれんぞ。野営を続けているということは、どうやら間に合ったみたいだな。遺跡調査でだいぶ疲弊しているな。
ああ
Six decides to wait until the demons enter the ruins and fight through the traps themselves, then steal the weapon after they do all the work.
奴らに処理してもらうんだところを襲撃する
Next morning, before anyone wakes up, they sneak into the ruin. Upon entering the ruins, Six and Alice note it looks surprisingly high-tech, while Rose finds some familiar scenery.
これがあるよな。興味深い話だが。
生意気言ってんじ
They secretly follow Hein and Russell inside the ruin.
行くぞ
After clearing all the traps, Hein and Russell reach the weapon room.
ゃん。ここがゴールさ。
As Russell and Hein approach the weapon, and Russell is about to activate the weapon. Six knocks out Russell from behind with a low blow.
ほら、おとなしく両手を上げろ。
Six used too much force and nearly killed Russell.
アリスどうにかできないのか
一応カンフル剤打ってみるわ。
After Alice revives Russell, Six makes him activate the weapon, which turns out to be a giant mech.
そうかその後はデカブツの操り方を教えてもらう
移動方法は簡単だよ。
However, Russell activates the mech and puts himself in the pilot seat.
次に
Hein teleports away from the scene, so she can't be used as a hostage, though Six manages to grab her bra at the last second.
クソ6号め。
Six's unit tries to escape outside. But Russell chases them down in the mech. Russell starts to destroy the ruin where everyone is hiding.
アリス
つてがないこともない。
Alice unlocks Six's evil points account and allows him to go into a negative balance to fight off the mech. She asks him to fight alone with Russell and buy time for her to complete the preparation.
このリストは時間稼ぎだ。お前一人であいつの相手をしてもらうことになる。
時間稼ぎなら任せとけ俺はしぶとさには定評のある戦闘員6号さんだぞ
Six rushes outside and starts the fight with Russell.
ヒャッハーガンガ
Six summons different types of weapons from Earth to fight with him.
さっき俺のことをただの人間って呼んでたな。変だよ。
After several hours of fight, Russell finally catches Six.
やっと捕まえた。
When Russell is about to kill Six, Alice shows up in her own giant mech, the Destroyer.
間違いない。通称デストロイヤー。
待たせたな、相棒。
Then, Alice fights with Russell. Three days later, Six wakes up in the castle.
目が覚めたか。
Alice tells Six that she won the battle and destroyed the enemy mech. Snow and Rose also capture, and Tiger Man help the Grace Army fight off the invasion force.
魔王軍なら虎男が大暴れして追い払ったよ。
Six offers Russell to provide water to the kingdom by his magic, but he declines. Then he hands him over to Tiger Man. Russell immediately surrender.
おかしいよ、ごめんなさい。
After that, Six and Alice test Grimm's curse, that she is unable to wear shoes by putting socks on her feet. She self-destructs moments later.
逃げろ。大変。大変。風のファン。
Back on Earth, Chosen One and Faustus of the Wind scolded by Belial.
F の18号、F の10。
In the last scene, Six talks to Alice about his dream of taking over the world and finally getting a harem. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share the video.